in front of a loud but unmistakably tense crowd. MLB The Show's coverage of the Major League Baseball postseason begins right here. It's the one-game National League wildcard playoff between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Atlanta Braves. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. Set for what should be a good one. Lineups and first pitch are next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci. Time now for a glance at the Phillies batting order in this one. What's important for this lineup as they look to earn a berth into the division series, Psycho?
I think you really have to be patient in this one. Work the count, take some pitches, and then put the ball in play. I think you're going to have to try to manufacture runs one base hit at a time.
Julio Teheran gets the nod here at home for the National League wildcard game. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, remember, he's not a lot of fun to face because he's got 5 pitches. As a hitter, you've got to worry about the ball coming in, moving away, the speed. He's a lot to handle when you're up at the plate.
Cesar Hernandez strides forward, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Second baseman, number 16.
And we're underway as the first pitch is a check swing, but a called strike, 0-1.
First pitch, 7:05.
Teheran into his motion. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. To short. Ibar fields it cleanly. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
And this figures to be a very nerve-wracking game. I mean, both of these teams have played hard for 162 games, and now everything rides on just one game. One error, one wild pitch, one double play could be the difference between moving on or going home.
Odubel Herrera comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. The rain, as we've mentioned, coming down fairly steadily here at game time. EK, how'd you like playing in the rain?
It wasn't that bad. The only problem, sometimes up at the plate, batting gloves would get wet while it was raining. It made it a little difficult to hit.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Bourne will put this one away, and that's out number 2.
Batting third baseman, number 7.
Michael Franco gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Into the windup and the pitch. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
On he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. Markakis is in now as he gloves it for the 3rd out of the inning. So a fairly painless top of the first. It's the Phillies nothing, Braves coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. And time now to take a look at how these Braves are lined up in this one. Steve, what has to happen if they want to survive the wild card game and move on?
I'll tell you what, this team has their ace on the mound, so it's probably not going to take a whole lot of offense to get a win for them.
Ender Inciarte comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the
Leading
first.
up for the Braves, left fielder, Ender Inciarte.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Line toward the gap in left center, and call that a nice clean base hit, his first of the game.
So far, so good. They get a scoreless top of the first, and now a leadoff single to start things in their half.
Eric Ibar will stand in here with a runner at first to start the inning. Now, I know both of you are more familiar with the art of hitting as opposed to the art of pitching, but on a wet night like this, who do you think this favors?
Well, I think it favors the pitcher. I know they're going to argue, well, the grip, but the ball doesn't carry on wet nights. So if I'm out there, I'm saying, look, pitcher advantage.
And that misses for ball one. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, Matt, the pitcher may have thought the runner might be on the move right there, so he slide steps to hang on to him.
And that's high and off the plate. 2-1. A runner at first with no outs here. Now a move over to first, and the runner back in standing.
Just checking.
And again a throw, keeping particularly close tabs on him.
Definitely has his attention.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. Oh, and this deflects right off him. And a good effort as he's able to gather it in and make the play for the first out.
Batting third.
Coming to the plate now, Freddie Freeman. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike.
So important here to pick up the first run of the game from scoring position. I guess that's true in any game, but especially in the wild card game. Everything here is just going to get magnified 10 times over. And you've got to make these opportunities count.
High fly ball out to deep right field. Altair going back on it, but it bangs off the wall, and that should get him on the board. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
Well, I got to tell you, I love the way this guy just lets it rip. Ahead in the count, behind in the count. It really doesn't matter to this guy. He's just going to go up hacking. And he drives in a run right here as he just drills this one for 2 bases.
Here's Nick Markakis now, the right fielder, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Set to deliver the 0-1. Now a curveball, but he might have flown open a bit. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball, and that's causing it to stay high.
One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. But one thing he's shown so far, he's not afraid to work inside.
Yeah, with that base open right now, he shouldn't have to be afraid. If you do hit him, big deal. Get the next guy.
Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Ooh, he saws him off with that one, but foul.
Oh, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Wow, what an at-bat he's having right now. He's fought off some tough pitches. He's laid off a few pitches like that one. And now he's worked his way back to a 3-2 count.
Hit hard toward first. That's in there. Base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only 1 away.
Batting fifth, third baseman, Kelly.
We'll give you another look at all 8 pitches here in the at-bat. I mean, this was a battle from beginning to end. Took some tough pitches, fouled off a few more, and then eventually he gets his reward with a solid base hit.
Here's Kelly Johnson. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1.
Now here's a spot with a run home already. That looks nice on the scoreboard. But if you could put up a 2 or even a 3 spot here in the first, that could really go a long way against a guy like this.
That's inside. 2-0.
And one thing you can't do here, you cannot lose him and load the bases. He's still got a couple pitches to play with, but I'd expect this one to be somewhere in the strike zone.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. Now the relay home. And not in time as the second run scores.
Well, they're definitely getting a jump on things to start this one. This will go for a double, and that makes it 3-0 already. And even though there's still plenty of baseball to be played, they've got themselves a pretty good cushion, and they're threatening for more.
A.J. Pierzynski is into the box, looking to keep this first inning rally rolling.
Well, Matt, nothing better than adding on after a huge hit.
From the stretch. Low for ball 1. Maybe some big game jitters here in this opening inning.
Well, I don't think anyone's immune to that. I don't care what the name on the back of your jersey is. This is not an ordinary game.
Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And now third base coach Bo Porter's going to wave him on home. And the runner from second is in to score. That makes it a 4-0 ball game. And he will pull into second with an RBI double.
And this latest double right here should be the one that finally chases this guy. I mean, he's pretty clearly not right out there. And I would be absolutely shocked if they don't come out and hook him right now.
Into the box, Jace Peterson. He'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1.
Well, he's really had to work hard here in this first inning. You got to wonder, how much is that going to take out of him?
4 runs here in this half inning. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2. You get that feeling that'll be a pitch we see a lot of as this game goes along.
And when he's throwing that thing good, a lot of times that's where it winds up. So these guys are going to have to prove they can lay off that thing in the dirt, or they're going to keep seeing it.
The 1-2 pitch. A little roller toward the hole. He's got to hurry. The underhanded flip. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
Boy, this is a manager's worst nightmare. Your starter's given up 6 hits now in the first inning, and he's really showing no signs that he's about to start figuring it out. You hate to make a change with this much baseball left to be played, but it seems almost inevitable at this point.
Michael Bourne stands in with another first-inning RBI opportunity in store.
Yeah, and this has been an impressive first inning for these guys, and you know they'd love to tack one on here.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1. Fastball called for strike 2.
Now you got to beware of that sinker. I mean, he'd take a strikeout right now, but I think he still just wants this guy to hit the ball on the ground.
Ready with the 0-2. And he won't offer it that. Too high, 1-2.
Not a real good 0-2 there. You don't necessarily want it in the zone, but you do want to at least give him something to think about.
Changeup, and that fades down and away, 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
Well, this curveball, it just disappears. He thinks he's right on it at the plate. And look where it winds up, completely out of the zone. And that's what you want as a pitcher. You want hitters to chase pitches that aren't strikes.
Into the box now, Julio Teheran, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike.
And you know, now all of a sudden after the strikeout, you give that guy on the mound at least a little bit of confidence that he definitely didn't have before.
Hit to third. There is Franco, and he'll go the short way to retire the side. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. We'll move to the second now at Turner Field. It's the Braves 4 and the Phillies 0. Leading off the inning, Aaron Altair. And they'll need him to get something going here. We'll look ahead now and pick this one back up in the top of inning number 8.
Leading off for the Phillies.
Leading off the inning, Ryan Howard, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, this has been a great game so far, and they're only down by 1. So getting this leadoff guy on would be huge for them.
Markakis is there, and they'll be able to exhale a bit in that dugout as Howard's gone on just 1 pitch. Cameron Rupp will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And here's a fastball called for strike one.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
On to first, and he's breezing through the eighth here with two quick outs.
Shortstop, Freddie Galvis.
Stepping in, Freddie Galvis, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. First delivery to him on the way. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball one. 4-3 our score here as we play the eighth. Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Lined hard toward right center. That gets down, and the inning continues.
Yeah, tying runs on base now with 2 outs, and who knows? If this next guy can put one in the gap, we could have ourselves a tie ball game.
Time called here, as with the potential tying run aboard, they'll make the move to get a little more speed out there. So a big moment here, and standing in, Peter Borges, and he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
Now you've got the tying run over at first. 2 away. He's going to be looking to try and find a gap right here and bring that guy all the way around to score.
Swing and a miss on the sinker. A ball and a strike. Fastball called strike. 1-2.
Corner paint right there. 97 miles an hour. What are you going to do with that?
Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Late making contact on that swing, and we'll do it again on 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Philadelphia. They still trail it here 4-3. Darnell Sweeney will stay in the ball game as a new shortstop.
Now playing shortstop,
Eric Ibar will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so with the same pitcher still out there. Seems he's earned himself another inning.
I think that's a definite vote of confidence, but he's done a nice job since coming in, so you might as well ride that hot hand.
Fastball in there for a called strike. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2.
Nope.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
2 strikes.
Liner towards second. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
first baseman, number 5.
Freddie Freeman gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. First pitch coming. Here it is. Slapped hard the opposite way. Borges is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now.
Yeah, you really can't take anything for granted out there when you're playing in the rain. You got to worry about your footing. You got to worry about raindrops getting in your eyes. You got to make sure you're in the right position. But in the end, he is right there to make the play.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Nick Markakis is the batter now as he looks at a ball of 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Lays off the fastball away, and it's 2-0. 3-0 now.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove it.
Line to the right side. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Braves are set down 1-2-3, and it remains a 4-3 game. Jason Grilli is on now to try to close things down here in the ninth.
Number 39, Jason Grilli.
Cody Ashe will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
Leading on for the Phillies.
Ninth inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1.
That's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone. All that can do is tie you up.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Slider clocked in the mid-80s there. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's just the same pitch 3 times in a row. I guess he figures, why mess with success when you get it to 1 and 2?
And a swing and a miss on the fastball, and there's the first out here in the ninth.
Yeah, and on this pitch right here, you got to make up your mind just a little more quickly up there. This is a ball that you got to think about maybe taking to left field, but instead, his swing is just a little bit late. He pulls off a little bit, and now he's going to go sit down.
In now, Cesar Hernandez, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball 1-0. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And he'll beat the throw as he's got himself a bunt single. Odubel Herrera comes to the plate now with the tying run at first, so he'll be looking to drive a ball into the gap here. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. And there he goes towards second. Pitch outside. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second. 1-2 now.
Well, you saw right there. He's got a good fastball, but it's not overpowering by any means. So it's all about location and then mixing pitch speeds for him.
Now a foul tip, but it's held onto behind the plate, and that'll go down as a very important out number 2.
I love a guy that comes in late in the game and shows emotion on the mound. You got a guy in scoring position. You come up with a big punch out like that one right there, you better be fired up.
Maikel Franco will stand in, and their season hangs in the balance here as they're down to their final out. Trying to hold the lead. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1. And this will be a called strike 2, and trouble now as they're down to their final strike tonight.
Well, no taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Chopped weakly to the left. Throw is in time, and they will advance to the next round of the playoffs.
Well, I really think that having home field advantage here made a huge difference. And these guys are going to wind up surviving this one-game wild card playoff. So now it's down to the division series, where they're going to come into that game with just a little bit of momentum.
Tight ball game all throughout. Winds up a slim 1-run victory in the end as we get you one final look at our line score. And, boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our Topps Player of the Game award, but what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the door out of the pen?
Yeah, it's nice to have someone like this that you can call on to finish things out for you, and he came on to slam the door shut.
So for Eric Karros and Steve Lyons and our entire crew, this is Matt Vasgersian. We're just getting started, folks. You've been watching the National League Wildcard Game on MLB The Show.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Atlanta Braves. 4 runs.